Well, some of Ontario's most prominent drag performers showed up to Queen's Park here today in support of a new NDP bill that would set up so-called safe zones around drag shows in Ontario.
Well, I bet you didn't think it would take a drag queen to throw on a lash and sashay to Queen's Park to stomp out a very important issue, did you?
Drag performers Scarlett Bobo and Crystal Quartz tell me they are increasingly being targeted by demonstrators at their shows, and sometimes it turns violent.
They'll say homophobic slurs, anything transphobic. They do anything, acts of intimidation to try and make people feel uncomfortable for being there watching a drag performance.
What's the biggest issue you've had?
I've had people throw beer bottles at me.
A new NDP private members bill tabled here at the legislature today by MPP Kristen Wong-Tam would aim to do something about it. If passed, it would allow for so-called safe zones to be set up around drag performances. Anyone engaging in harassment, intimidation, or hate speech within 100 meters of the zone could face a fine of up to $25,000.
This new legislation in Ontario is designed to keep the 2S LGBT community safe. Drag artists, their audiences, the business, and the facilities that host those drag performances have been put at risk.
But will the government support the bill? The Minister of Multiculturalism was non-committal. Is that something you would look at doing?
Well, look, here in Ontario, we have such a rich and vibrant LGBTQ plus community that we are supporting each and every day through my ministry, but across ministries, whether it's protecting our diverse communities, working with the Solicitor General or the Attorney General.
The drag performers tell me they're often targeted at shows where children are present.
Children should not have to hear transphobic and homophobic slurs like they're hearing.
There are people out there that don't believe children should be at these shows. What would you say to those people?
I think there are certain shows for certain audiences. I think there are 19-plus shows. I think there are all ages shows. I think generalizing one show is different. That's like generalizing a comedy show or a wrestling show.
Do you have an opinion about whether or not children should be at these shows, Minister?
Look, here in the province of Ontario, we are home to people from all walks of life, and diversity is one of our greatest strengths. So any challenges and issues that arise in terms of hate, discrimination, or intolerance towards any community is not tolerated here in the province.
This is an immediate threat right now. So if you're not going to help us in this threat right now, what are we supposed to do?
Setting up such safe zones is actually not unprecedented here in Ontario. The former Liberal government set up such zones around abortion sites. Now, this new private members bill was tabled for the first time today. It's not yet clear when it will come up for a vote on second reading.